This whole idea behind allocations in waves is something that's still kind of new and something that can be very frustrating as a business owner, as a collector, as really anybody involved in the business right now. I remember a year and a half ago ordering Hidden Fates Elite Trainer boxes when they first came out, and that was really the first time that we ran into some print issues with Pokemon not being able to meet the demand of the market, where I was placing orders for the Hidden Fates Elite Trainer boxes, and our distributors came back and said, unfortunately, we're going to have to allocate on this set. Before that, it never really happened, and even after that, when you're talking main set releases, we were pretty much able to order anything that we wanted, and we would be able to get that order fulfilled. Even Darkness Ablaze, we ordered a huge amount of Darkness Ablaze, and we had no issues at all getting all of the booster boxes filled. The only thing we did run into a slight problem with when it comes to Darkness Ablaze was build and battle boxes. And then we hit Champion's Path, and all of a sudden allocations and waves became this really, really big deal because we had all these supply issues, right? And the demand was skyrocketed. It was through the roof. It was crazy. And then we ran into Vivid Voltage, and the Vivid Voltage build and battle boxes, which were super heavily allocated. And that is really the basis of this video, because as I put in the title and really in the thumbnail, there is something that's coming out that I think is the heaviest allocated item I have ever seen in Pokemon so far. What is going on, Fan Clan? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Danny Phantom. That is right. I want to talk to you guys today about the first partner packs. So we are expecting to get the first partner packs on March 5th. This will be the first release. We talked about these first partner packs a few weeks ago in one of our videos when Pokemon announced what they are doing for the 25th anniversary. So the first partner packs are going to be released every single month, and every month there is going to be a new region that gets visited. Each partner pack is going to come with 3 cards, 3 jumbos featuring the 3 starters from that region, and it will also have 2 booster packs inside. These will retail at stores for about $9.99. That is the manufacturer suggested retail price. So in March, on March 5th, we should be getting the Galar region, which is going to be Sobble and Grookey and Scorbunny. So those are the 3 starters from Galar. That'll be what we get on March 5th. And then April, May, June, July, August, all the way up, through the end of the year, up until the 25th anniversary set comes out, we're going to be getting a new starter pack that comes out each month featuring the 3 starters. And the special thing about these jumbos is that they're going to have a little 25th anniversary insignia on them representing the 25th anniversary. So they're a really cool collector item. And these are something that I asked a distributor about a couple weeks ago. When they first announced these, I said, hey, what's going on with these? Is this something that's going to be widespread throughout all hobby stores, or is this something that's only going to be available like on PokemonCenter.com and then in big box stores? And the distributor told me, hey, we're going to be getting these out, but I do expect them to be heavily allocated. So I was like, okay, I totally understand that. Kind of going with how things are lately. I get it. I was not expecting anything like this. So I did reach out to distributors earlier this week, and just to try and shore up some loose ends and see if there was any idea what allocations were going to be looking like for this. Also to get an idea on battle styles allocations, because we haven't gotten any numbers for that yet. And I did get allocation numbers for the first partner pack, and they're bad. They are really, really, really bad. So we've been able to do fairly well when it comes to this business because we've been in business for quite some time. So our numbers are actually fairly decent. We have good, long-lasting relationships with distributors. We've ordered a lot of sealed product throughout the year, so we get allocated a fairly heavy amount, a lot more than what a lot of local game stores get or even online vendors get. So I figured that our numbers were going to be halfway decent. Unfortunately, they were not. We are looking at getting only about 5 cases of each region, and what that means is we're only going to be getting about 48 packs. So 48 customers would be able to get a full set of this Galar region. That's low. That allocation number is extremely, extremely low. So what I'm understanding, and this is just my opinion, I want to throw that out there really early on in this video because I don't know what numbers are going to be like for other people. I just know what numbers are like for us, and to me that is a very, very, very thin number. Now, it is more than possible that they could release a large amount to some of these big box stores, and you'll be able to go to Target or Walmart and you'll be able to see tons of these on the shelves. It is also very possible that they're trying to do something where they sell the majority of these only on PokemonCenter.com. Do I believe those 2 things to be accurate? No, but it is possible. So I don't want to start a riot or an uproar or anything like that. I'm just trying to give you guys proper information so you can have good planning, because allocation numbers are starting to come out on this. So you should be able to see some product floating around out there as far as what companies are going to be able to take as far as pre-orders go. So you may want to start looking a little earlier. This is going to be a super cool piece. And I know jumbos aren't super attractive to a lot of people, but this is a very special set. If you're somebody who's able to go out there and collect all 3 starters from every single region, PSA does grade jumbo, so you could get these all authenticated and PSA graded, and that would be really cool. A really cool piece. You know, you're looking at what, 27 starters that you could basically put on a wall and what would look like a giant PSA frame, and it would be super cool. Unfortunately, this looks like it's going to fall into an area where they're going to be very, very difficult to get. And like I said, I'm trying to put that information out there so that way you have it in advance. Now, we are not looking at selling these for pre-order yet. We haven't even discussed it, but I wanted to get that information out there so that way you would at least know what's going on with these. I do expect them to be allocated heavier than anything we have ever seen in Pokemon. Vivid Voltage Build and Battle boxes had a huge allocation number. They were very, very short printed at the beginning. I expect the same thing, but then some, from these first partner packs. Now, it's more than possible also that they do reprint these throughout the entire year, or that they continue to issue these all the way up through the year. Like mythical collections, for example, we had a ton of those that came out for the first few years. Unfortunately, the demand for Pokemon right now is just through the roof, and they're going to be focused on a lot of other things when these first partner packs originally come out, because they've got battle styles right on the heel when these do come out. They're also coming out the same week, I believe, as the Shining Fates Premium Collection, and then you have Shining Fates just a couple weeks before that, as well as Vivid Voltage, the restock just a couple weeks before that. So I wanted to get that information out there because businesses, companies should start getting some allocation numbers when it comes to this, and it may be something that you want to look at pre-ordering early, just so you do have your set in front of you, because it doesn't look like there's going to be a whole lot out there available. So take that information with a grain of salt, with whatever you want to do with it. I just wanted to make sure that it was out there and that you guys had that information so you would know it. Moving on. That is the big thing that I wanted to talk about, but I do want to talk about a few other things, so feel free to stick around if you so choose to. I do want to touch base on the Logan Paul information. I'm not going to go too in-depth onto it because there's a lot of people who already recorded content on it. You can go out there, you can see reaction videos, you can see market analysis videos, you can see a lot of different stuff out there. I'm not going to go too crazy about it. The thing with Logan Paul and this big announcement, for those of you who don't know, Logan Paul basically bought 6 first edition booster boxes, first edition base booster boxes, spent about $2 million. It seemed like Logan Paul had fallen out of the hobby. It had been about 4 months or so since he was really active in it, talking about his first edition base box break that he had several months ago, talking about his first edition Charizard that he had purchased, and then he kind of said that he was leaving Pokemon, but over that time it looks like he was buying up a lot of additional inventory, and now he spent about $2 million on 6 first edition booster boxes of the base set. What does this mean? Obviously, it's going to impact the market. It's crazy. Vintage is probably going to go up. The base set is probably going to go up. This is going to play an impact on the market, especially when in a time when demand is already so high. A lot of people who pay attention to Logan Paul, a lot of people who pay attention to a lot of these content creators and a lot of influencers who probably were falling a little bit out of the game because it seemed like some price corrections were actually starting to be established. They're probably going to be coming back into the hobby, start paying a lot more attention to things. So it is unfortunate in that way. Logan Paul, this whole situation is really kind of like a double-edged sword, because it's great for Pokemon. Like, when you think about it, having somebody like Logan Paul, or having a giant brand who starts endorsing something that you're so passionate about, and they come into the business and they're like, hey, I love Pokemon. You know, having that connection that is between you and somebody else who's got this giant brand, it's just kind of a cool feature. So it's good for the game because you want the game to grow, but we're at the place right now where you don't necessarily want the game to grow that much more right now, because Pokemon is already having a hard time keeping up with the demand. But he basically released a video saying that he had bought 6 first edition base booster boxes. He's going to be opening one up. He's going to be doing a live break, which is going to occur on Pokemon Day. I believe that's February 27th, so it's coming up. And you can actually go to Golden Auctions. I believe it's actually live right now if we want to look. Oh, here's the first partner packs. So this is just some pre-orders. I did want to talk about this, but this is just showing some pre-order pricing that's already up there on eBay. You can see these retail, like I said, for $9.99, and you've got some already selling. This is a case here that's very interesting to me, that somebody's already willing to sell a case when allocation numbers haven't come out yet. But pay attention to what you're looking at when it comes to these first partner packs, because some of them are focusing on different sets. So like this one is focusing on the Alola region, the Galar region is the first one that you really want to focus on. Right here. Yeah. Okay. So that would be, $50, which is already a pretty crazy price. So there's that. Logan Paul's first edition booster box product. You can go to goldenauctions.com if you want to look at it. It looks like there's already some bids that have started. The minimum bid on each pack is $10,000. There's 36 packs that are being auctioned off. It looks like 5 or 6, maybe 7 of the packs already have a current bid on them of $10,000. It's crazy. You can let me know in the comments section down below what you think. I don't want to go into too many freak out modes or anything like that. The important thing to remember is that if you are truly passionate about Pokemon, just stay patient. Things will get better. Pokemon will figure out a way to print enough product to meet the demand. They will figure out a way to get Pokemon cards into your hands. They don't want to be in the situation that we're in right now. So if you are truly passionate about this game, it is something that you definitely want to be patient with, because over time Pokemon is going to be able to get that product into your hands. They're going to print enough supply. They don't like the situation where they're not able to produce enough supply to get into collectors' hands and kids' hands and things like that. So just be patient. If you love the game enough, it'll get better. We talked about this in our last video about how tough times call for tough entrepreneurs. It's the same thing with collectors. Tough times call for tough collectors. It's just kind of the state that we're in right now, and patience is a virtue that you really need to pay attention to. So you can feel free to let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this. I can see it both ways. I understand it both ways. I think it's really cool, and at the same time, it's definitely going to play an impact on the market. So with that being said, I do want to just touch on a few other quick points. They are still on pace to deliver Darkness Ablaze. That should be shipping literally any day right now, either at the end of this week or early next week. So Darkness Ablaze prices should start dropping a little bit. I don't know if it's going to go back down to $105, $110 a box, but you should be able to find it closer to MSRP as those start filling out in online marketplaces at the end of next week. And then Vivid Voltage is still scheduled to be released in the middle of February. So those should start coming back down. I know some places were selling Vivid Voltage booster boxes for $300 a piece. That's just crazy to me. So just be patient. It is going to get better in a few weeks when it comes to Vivid Voltage. If you haven't been able to open a whole lot of it so far and you're looking to get a booster box, those prices should start coming down in a few weeks, especially because Shining Fates is going to be right on the heel of that, and a lot of people are going to be focusing more on Shining Fates, which should bring the demand down for Vivid Voltage a little bit. And then people are also going to be adjusting for battle styles, which should bring Vivid Voltage demand down even a little bit more, which will be good. That's very good. I think that those prices should come back closer to that MSRP level, or maybe even a little bit below that. We touched on Shining Fates. I do want to just mention I was very, very excited for all of you guys who were able to get Shining Fates product a couple nights ago during our last YouTube video. For those of you who missed it, at the tail end of the video, there was a clue that I dropped that said search for that Eevee box with 10 packs. And then I put a promo code up that said FanClan. So for those of you who don't know, basically that's kind of like an Easter egg. That's kind of something that Papa and I discussed doing to try and make sure that we were able to get product in the right hands, in the hands of our supporters, in the hands of people who weren't, give everybody a fair shot, basically. So what we did is we created a listing on the website that was only available if you searched for it. It wasn't tied to any collections or anything like that. And then we priced that item at about like $150 or something. And then the promo code needed to be put in so that way it would discount it 65% and bring that price down to, I think it was $54 for an Elite Trainer box of Shining Fates, but we wanted to word it differently so that way we could avoid bots triggering in on keywords or anything like that. And there were still some things, that's why we had to use the promo code in order, because some bots are still programmed that they can just see when you update an item on the website. There was just a lot going into it, but we're trying really hard. We are working so hard to try and make sure that we get this product into the hands of the right people, our supporters, kids, collectors, people who really want to just enjoy the product and not people who are looking at just buying it and then reselling it right away for double or triple the amount. So congratulations to all of those who were able to take advantage of that. We sold quite a bit, and there was a lot of comments that had really good feedback. I really appreciate that, so thank you so much. Finally, the website should be getting updated very soon. Weather has been playing a terrible, terrible factor in everything that's been going on. We were expecting a giant shipment. We finally got Blastoise V and Venusaur V battle decks in. There's a couple other collection boxes that we got in. Those were super delayed, and then we have a lot of packs that are coming in, just loose packs that are super delayed as well, just because of the weather. So maybe this weekend, early next week probably is what you're looking like for an update on the website. So stay tuned for that. But like I said, with Shining Fates in specific, any of these harder to find items, any of these things that are going to be limited and allocated and things like that, that we're worried about people really ramping up the price on, we're going to try and do something like what we did with Shining Fates Elite Trainer boxes a couple nights ago, where we're hiding stuff in videos and trying to do our best to make sure that they get in the hands of our supporters, the people who support us most, and in the hands of the people who, you know, are passionate about what we're passionate about. So thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm going to hop off because I've talked enough, and I'm sure you're sick of listening to me, but thank you so much for all of your support. You guys are amazing. Thank you for everything. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button down below. Leave a thumbs up for the video. Leave a comment, just even if it's to say hi. I really appreciate it. It goes a long way. So thank you so much for everything, guys. And until next time, peace.